What's up guys, FuryTV here, and we're back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis.
When those chips go in.
Click.
With the chips, mate, I do need 2 cards.
Pass.
Just the one's going to make it even harder.
Please, Louise.
Really?
Yeah.
And Alba, not looking at her cards, she was having a look at Liv Boeree in the big blind, and that's what Liv is going to be holding. It's scary looking down at the chip leader.
Dawn Jones has picked up an ace on the small blind. Understandably raising with it.
I hope she doesn't overcommit, Roy, because she is going to get a message sent right back.
11,700 chips entering this hand. She can get off of this if she's re-raised, and I'm sure she will be.
Liv may just push. No.
Cold.
Oh, very
That's
cheeky.
tricky.
It is. Now, next question. Will Dawn Jones make a move at this pot if she doesn't flop an ace?
Flop. 2, 5, king. Check or bet. Checks.
Jacks is a very tough hand to slow play, but Liv showing a lot of maturity here with the flop.
1,300.
And does she know that she's ahead?
Well, she's bet relatively small to find out. Always the case. She was likely to see an ace, a king, or a queen, an overcard, an undesirable card to her jacks. There's just one of them out there.
Felt like a trappy bet to Dawn. She didn't want any part of it. Liv did her best to try and get a little extra there. But Dawn wasn't falling for
But that
it.
play, Jesse, 4,000 when the average was about 8.
4,000.
Oh, that helps. Now, will she find someone with a big hand? She will.
Oh,
This is
my.
fireworks.
Just what the doctor ordered. Roy, Shelley is so convinced her hand is good. Maybe she's not thinking about what is about to happen.
12,000.
With that raise, she's almost put Liv all in. If you look at that stack of greens.
You don't expect the cold deck 5-handed, but here it has come.
I'm all in.
Raise all in.
Well, Liv didn't take too long with that. It's only a few dollars more.
There's a few hands beating you, but I call.
Call.
Got one of them?
Yeah, Shelley stuck
Yep.
about 15K in there, Roy, and the re-raise from Liv, only about 3,000 more. This is all of Liv's stack, half of Shelley's, and what a switcheroo.
Monstrous pot, isn't it? And it's a great situation for Liv Boeree because there you see 82% favourite. If she was taking on an ace queen and the like, she wouldn't be such a strong favourite. So this is great news. Simply, you would imagine, has to avoid a jack.
Everybody's turned around from the other table, Karen and back there. ABJ, anything but the jack.
Down to just the 2 outs then.
Boy, there's 38,500 in this pot.
There you go. Nice hand.
Kings have held. And Roy, was there any way for Shelley to escape that onslaught?
Not on a short-handed table, no. I mean, what do you do with a pair of jacks and the pot's been raised into you? Basically, 2 big hands do collide occasionally, rarely on a short-handed table, but that is the net result. All that good work by Shelley Rubenstein, gone in one fell swoop.
Table leader, 38.5 grand.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Well up for the future.
I'm going to try and step up the tempo. I'm going to say that. I'll probably end up getting scared or whatever, but no, I want to be a little bit more aggressive now because I think everyone's going to be scared. Everyone's going to be trying to hang on for the increments in prize money. So I think I can use that to maybe bully people a little bit, particularly the middle stacks. The short stacks, you've got to be careful because they're going to be shoving. And the big stacks, well, I don't really want to get tangled with them because that would be a disaster. So yeah, I'm just going to try and be a little bit more aggressive, but carry on with the way I'm going because I'm obviously doing something right.
2 in a row. Does she need to raise it again? Can she pass them all?
Raise. 12,000.
Suddenly she's picking up a few hands.
12,000. Right now, Muller has about 30K back.
Pass. Pass.
Lena
She is
says
low.
no. Shelley says no. Liv has a decision.
Jeez, that's been a big hand tonight.
She's re-raced all in with this hand before, and now we're four-handed. That hand's all the more stronger.
All in.
Re-raise all in.
Wow. And those are all Muller's chips. Obviously, Roy, the ace-king will loom large in her mind. Tens, she might feel she has to fight. But what would Liv be doing with this? What's her range?
Well, considering at least Muller has chips invested here, she's considering, do you have an ace-king? Because I would be dominated. Do you have aces? Do you have kings? Do you have queens? I'm in a bad spot. Anything but. Everything considered, short stacked, money involved, blinds to pick up. I've got to make this call.
I feel like she can pass, Roy. I think in her mind, tens are at the very bottom range of Liv's move.
But you know, tens don't matter. You know, she's the same price to overcome a pair of fives. It's a case of, could she possibly have an ace-jack, ace-10, and that spot I'm in a great position. The longer she takes, the more unlikely she is to make this call.
I know you're defending your blind, but you've got something. And if you've already made a pair, I have to hit, but
Just see Liv's eyes, right, left, behind those shades.
It's like talking to a wall. But this wall's listening.
And if you recall, Lena Marchak passed up a queen in this hand.
Yeah, this is the question. It's a question for Muller's tournament. Does she want to gamble? And does she have to?
call.
She's stalled! Is she luckier than Liv Boeree? Roy, that's a gutsy call. That's a call that says she doesn't want third, she doesn't want second.
Yeah.
She wants the title.
Well, fair play to her, and those percentages show she's underdog. But with chips invested, blinds to be had, she's getting great pot odds here. She's going to get far more than the 11-8, which those
Come on, diamonds.
percentages represent.
Or ace or queen.
Muller has reached down and made it, but right now, just between her and Liv Boeree, and it's a safe flop for the pair. It's a diamond.
Plenty of outs.
Oh, the turn always makes it more interesting.
Look at those percentages. 3 times out of 10, she'll prevail. She'll find one of those cards she needs.
Oh, it's red, Roy, but it's the wrong suit.
Well played.
Lise Muller, Roy, she's gone out with her heart on her shield here.
Yeah, well and truly made a gutsy call, just didn't get that piece of luck when she needed it. And that's been the story of this tournament. You know, every time players have gone in with a pair against an ace-king, ace-queen, they seem to have come out on top. 3 people remain, and at least
Any major pot, and that's basically your entire tournament in one hand. So I don't want to be too overly aggressive because I get myself into a tough situation and then I've lost half my stack and then it's all disastrous from there. So I'm just going to feel it out, really.
Game has gone in the early stages, Roy, suggests that the button, usually the most powerful part of the board, may not be a stealing position here. It's just too obvious.
that's Shelley's big blind hand.
12,000.
Liv Boeree has her dominated, and she's raising with pretty much nothing, using her chips well.
And
Go
for
Jack from
Marchak,
Lena.
that King-Jack has gotten her into trouble with the re-raise tonight. But she's not superstitious.
Call.
Now she's favourite now in this spot. We've seen this from her. She's not afraid to make a play on a board with no hand.
But, Roy, she's out of position. Does that mean that she must lead at this pot if she
Well,
misses some
Yeah,
flops?
I would argue she's in position. You know, she's got the ability to come out betting or the ability to check raise.
Irish position, first chance to bluff. It's 5 ladies in this pot.
Check.
Liv has lost an opportunity by checking there.
Well, she's looking over at Lena Marchak, and I mean, in her mind, she knows that Lena didn't call before to check and fold.
15 grand bet would steal this from Liv.
Yeah, she's counting out, Roy.
She
There's
got
some-
the information she needed from Liv. When she checked, Liv
17.
checked back. 17,000, it's weighty.
17,000.
Is this bet uncallable?
I would say so with a 10-6. Liv's got a lot of chips. She doesn't want to jeopardise them making a re-race here with no outs, no draw, no hand.
How creative can she be? It looks like Marchak's made the bet to win it. Sensed weakness, pounced.
Marchak was always favourite once this was called pre-flop.
Don't discount Lena Marchak, Roy. She's taking matters into her own hands.
I think we might see some more of that from her. It served her really well, just calling raises, coming out firing or making plays.
See, Marchak versus Boeree. Lena started ahead, had a rough ride in the middle. But what now?
100,000 chips and beyond. She's chip leader at this table once more.
This has been
Raise.
such a
14,000.
pay the rent move for Shelley Rubinstein throughout this tournament. But she is in the dire now. Dire of her own maker.
What's the play? What's the plan? Just call. Let Shelley bluff at this.
Call.
She has.
Oh, that's gutsy. What if the ace comes?
Well, if the ace comes, you can get away from it cheaply, can't she? Safe. Shelley was the raiser. She's got to see this through with aggression.
Gee, she might just push.
She's going to fall clean into the jaws of Liv Boeree, who's played these kings exceptionally well. This is great poker from the young Londoner.
Check.
Shelley checked. She might have just smelled weakness, Roy. She might have smelled danger.
Shelley's got some outs, an ace or a 3.
I think Liv's actually got to make a bet that
It's
can get check
20,000.
raised. Because that's what Shelley might be doing. She wants it. Liv would love Shelley to make a move here. And if Shelley does...
Shelley hasn't got enough chips. She's got to recognise she's not got enough chips to make a re-race here. It can't possibly get through. If Liv's bet at that pot was smaller, then Shelley could consider the re-raise all in. Well, Liv's done nothing wrong there. She's tried to get paid. Possibly that bet was a bit rich on the flop, but so nearly did Shelley Rubinstein come out representing.
Her and Rubinstein now.
Yeah,
Liv
that's
does.
healthy.
Okay. Yeah.
How come you don't pitch to us here anymore?
I thought I had a sweating disorder.
She
or
doesn't
something.
No, no, this time you've been pitching the green. I like it when you pitch in the black.
Shelley hasn't folded from here,
This is saying flop.
but a limp. New music.
Raise. Call.
So often two moderate hands do collide in these situations. When we say a
Everyone
flop
used to
which
do
suits both players, but that is not it. We needed to see some 8s
Checks.
in particular.
Yeah, she checked in the dark there, Shelley. Not sure what it was about. Perhaps she wants to try and represent something on the turn.
10,000.
I don't know if Liv is sure where she's at here, Roy. It's an odd kind of board and bet. Is she going to raise?
All in.
Wow!
Raised all in.
my.
Oh, what a bit of gear that is.
Tell you what.
You did hit on the flop, didn't you?
No outs. Oh, she's got a pair of 5s. Sorry, apologies. She's in front.
Oh, it's good
But how did
tempo.
she pick up the fact that she was so
I did it.
dominating and so certain to get that through?
Oh, did you?
She drew her line in the sand. She sniffed it out.
No, yeah, she did.
Bottom pair, just about. And Boeree, well, she wouldn't be here if she wasn't.
Being led away.
Raised to 18,000.
And here, she could only get her chips in second, Roy. It's impossible.
Raise
So
from
there's
the button.
ace.
Shelley said
All
enough's
in.
enough. I'm in on the small blind. I've got an ace.
20,000.
There's no way that Lena's full. Oh, my.
And she's got the absolute best of it.
How do you play this if you're Liv Boeree? It's 18,000. She could just call for 12, Roy.
I'm guessing that would be the play, and to just pretty much check it down. But then again, it's a big pot, and she can win this by a raise.
She should re-isolate, you think?
It's a very difficult one on her.
I think it's actually 14,000 to call. Shelley had 2 extras. And
She knows her opponent, Marchak, will not get busy and bluff on the flop with no hand, because that would give Shelley Rubenstein an opportunity to stay in. At the same time, she might well suspect her 8s are good, and she's going to think, well, I've got the best hand. There's a big pot out there to be had. Let's do the business.
if she does stick any extra chips out.
That's what she's done, and it's a great play, really.
It's very fraught with danger.
I'll get your raise. I'll get all of Shelley's chips. We'll be heads up.
Approximately. How much?
80.
Marchak, this is not a serious question. This is for your
I thought you said
tournament.
18. I was like, oh, it's a little more than that.
Be content that you can see the winning line, the heads-up situation
You're looking good.
looming.
Yeah, I think the reason Boeree made the all-in raise rather than a smaller one, Roy, had something to do with the fact she didn't want to give Lena more than 2 options.
3 blue chips off yours.
But it's Shelley Rubenstein all in.
And has to avoid an ace. 29%.
Right, I can't remember a time this tournament of Shelley being all in. Once with the ace-king on the final table.
You're cold.
I know, I always have cold hands.
Well, you want a tension shot rather than girl love.
Go on. Lovely.
929.
No change. An ace, and only an ace. 3 of them left. 16%.
A big card will give her some outs for the counterfeit.
2.
Changes nothing.
Well, a deuce, Roy. A deuce for a split.
5.
Nice hand, my friend. Go win it.
Shelley,
Yeah.
the poker goth, so dominant at this feature table for so long. Things at the final stage dried up for after a plethora of big hands and some fantastic play.
From the button.
Queen 7, probably good enough for a raise.
Well, anything's good enough for the
Raise
raise.
17,000.
Hardly anything can call the re-raise.
Raise 2, 17,000. A cautious call, or is it a re-raise?
What would you do?
Call.
Oh, I'd never be heads up in a tournament.
Feels very gutsy of Liv and very deceptive, Roy.
It's well hidden.
7.
It's gone wrong for her, though.
If she leads
Check.
at this, or even worse, check raises, Lena is going to be all over it. It's a very good flop for Lena's hand, isn't
Great
it?
stuff for her, yeah. But decides not to check and
27.
give away a free card,
27,000.
give her opponent a chance to catch an ace or a 10 or whatever she was chasing or is chasing.
And if Liv is readying her broadsword, this feels so dangerous, Roy.
This might not be the time, but it would also be very hard for Marchak to call. Top pair and a queen kicker in the face of a raiser who has checked raise on the flop.
She's going to count this out and find she can make a big re-raise.
If she did it, Jesse, would it get through? What do you think?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I could say it's only a pair of 7s with a queen kicker.
All in.
All in.
There you go. That's part A. What's the answer? It's very brave. It's a huge pot now.
Certainly lonely right now for Lena Marchak.
And Marchak's thinking this through. You raised pre-flop. I raised pre-flop. You called this flop come
Big
down.
draw, huh?
Do you have a flush draw? Do you have outs? Do you have me beaten already?
Okay, let's gamble. Call.
She has called! And Liv has got outs. But Roy, Lena Marchak's a favorite here.
Yeah, she's got outs, but she's basically stepped out of line.
Oh, okay.
Just once too often. She's got away with this move before, not this
Pushing
time.
you out.
Fantastic call by
Very
Marchak.
good call.
It's not much of a hand. Pair of sevens and a queen kicker, but it's good right now. And it's a strong favourite.
There's the ace! It came out of nowhere! And Liv just now 1 card away from the title!
A 7, a queen, or a diamond. No help. We have a champion. Liv Boeree went into this hand as chip leader. I declare she is now 2008 ELC champion.
And these are 2 extraordinary poker players, Roy. Liv Boeree, though, European ladies champion.
And tell me she's not delighted. I don't think she's taken it in yet.
That sucks.
She's hit a miracle
I'd
card
be
on the
hating
turn.
me
She's got
right
every
now.
chip in with 6 outs.
I didn't think
Delivered
you
the
had
goods. She was dominant at this final table. She was dominant in the heads-up play. A worthy winner, a fantastic runner-up and third-place player, Shelley Rubenstein. Well, no cast-off to defeat. This was a great lineup and a great outcome. A good day for ladies poker.
What a hand, that last hand. Took Boeree a lot of guts to make the raise. Marchak, even more to call. She had way the best of it, but that ace on the turn, that was a heaven-sent card, wasn't it? And the pair aces taking Liv Boeree to the top.
Absolutely over the moon. I can't describe how amazing this is. I've been playing poker now for 3 years and I haven't ever made like a major title. I've been pro for like the last 5-6 months now, and I was just like, come on, when am I going to win one? And now it's just so nice to have that major title. I'm so happy. So much respect for Lena, for Shelley, for all the other guys. I mean, they were incredible. I mean, that last hand was, yeah, I got very lucky, to be honest. I mean, it could have been either one of us. Lena deserves as much as I do. She played just as well, if not better. And I mean, yeah, it just so happened when she called my all in on that final hand, I was like, oh my God, because I mean, yeah, I didn't believe her at all. And I was like, no, I think my ace high is good here. So I re-pushed back at her, and then she's like, actually, yeah, I caught. Yeah, and then I just got lucky on the turn. But yeah, it's been an amazing couple of days.